I don't know what At Jihan is, but they're over in Mentawai? Ah. You I don't know at all. Right, took care of that, so get over there and prevent that rising up. And the Mamluks go in for the kill. They have a good chance at this actually. Oh no, they're just way too outnumbered and outrolled. Well, I'll be damned. Heavy casualties, but the Mamluks do blow away the rebels. So no easy victory for me there. With the upcoming full-time streaming, will you make an effort to catch up on all the E4 Chivos you've been missing? I'm never going to have 100% Chivos. Wiz has just defeated me on that front. But I'll certainly be playing a whole lot more of it. I've been putting together a schedule, and it looks like there'll be 4 strategy segments every week. 3 of them lasting 4 hours in the evenings, and 1 of them lasting considerably longer on the weekend. And then I'll have a dedicated weekly one-shot and miscellaneous, and then wild cards. And I would like to have a rolling 2-week in advance saying what exactly the streams will be. That's the plan, but the best laid plans of mice and men, they oft gang agley. Which means, no matter how well you plan, things often go tits up. Frostpunk, can't schedule for Frostpunk. It doesn't make sense to do that. It's not like an ongoing series or anything, I just play it when I want to. Hormoz, what are you doing? I didn't ally you guys so you'd pull me into these wars. Kielwa's allied with Marahan and they want me to get involved, and I didn't keep my heavies there. And there are separatists wanting to rise up there. That is a dang shame, isn't it? Tell me you brought in somebody else, Hormoz. Nope, just good old Naxos. But the Hormozi navy is not enough. Not a war I want, you know. Well, I was telling myself that I had way too many heavies here, so let's bring them together. I hope my fleets are cowardly enough to stay away from their heavies. That said, they are only frigates, and frigates are no big deal. Let's get over there. I have no expressed desire for any of these lands, although I guess I could say that Zanzibar does interest me. It is trade company. Oh, right. War allies already claimed their stake there. That would be Hormoz right there. You beat Kiel once, I believe you can do it again. I can definitely beat them. I can beat them 5 ways from Sunday. I just don't really want to get tied up in a war with Kielwa. Or war in general that's not to my clear and obvious benefit. I'm trying to make some manpower back as well for once. What? Oh yeah, that's my privateering fleet. Well, just raid your way in revenge. Aha, there they go, they're on their way. They want my land that I rightfully took away from them not too long ago. Because there's still quite a lot of Kielwins, even after I graciously took this land off of them. Marahan has thankfully been destroyed quite heavily, and Single Mother is no longer able to help us. What a disaster. None of these have particularly good supply. Well, no, it's not too bad down there. Off you trot. And we'll give you Power Mac. He's not the most powerful, but he'll... Oh, come on, Power Mac. One job. Well then, who can step up and be an actually half-decent general? Well, General of the Seas, an admiral, if you will. I think it's time for good old Klimpy to help us out. Klimpen, show us what you're made of. 3 stars, right? Ooh. Oh ho ho ho! Age objective fulfilled thanks to Klimpy, finally. The Admiral we've been after, 6533. Get him with the Klimps. What is this war anyway? Imperialist, you need the capital. $27, $25, $25, sure, that should stop them, and then I cleave them to pieces. Ah, but we'll have Barb and Falk take care of that. Now I'm hoping that Hormuz with their 60 should be tit for tat given their forces, because I really don't want to dedicate many of mine to this. But Hormuz will be on the aggressive and that won't be so easy. Also, did they lose a chunk of land? I guess not. Hormuz isn't a great ally for me to have because I want his island right there. It's not a big deal because I should be able to privateer Hormuz from here. But tell you what I will do, I'll improve relations with them. I'll also not forget to lay my claim on Pasai. Might be a bit harder now that he's lost so much land, but this is apparently really good. And he's getting enlightened, or he's trying to. Yoink. I just played a round of Akinator. It managed to guess you. You're officially yeah, I saw that on the Paradox forums. I was only a little bit disgusted. Goodbye, Diplo. Kinda need admin tech at some point. Although, God, do I need some... I need some enlightening here. That was nice. Hormuz came in and helped my fleet there. Helped me in a big way. Right. It's hard stuff getting all this conversion done when you don't have religious ideas. Japan's not the easiest place in the world to convert, but we're doing our all. As Flawn would say, I'm giving my all. Why don't you use that institution spread edict, at least in Britain? It's just too slow. Look at that, it's like 22%. It's gone up by about 1% per year in the best of places. Exceptions being the places like Derby, which I should probably develop so that we get it there. I do wonder why it's actually spreading better in Derby than anywhere else. Did I develop Derby? I don't recall developing Derby, but I do have prosperity in Derby. How else are we looking at it? Yeah, it's just not good in many places at all. Developing's likely my best shot at getting any good stuff. Yeah, it has a university, but university is not that great. Check it out. University, and not the same continent as Enlightenment. Plus 0.08. That's tiny. It's a fifth of the speed of if my capital was in the Enlightenment origin. That's probably not working quite right, but it is as it is. It grows hella slow. Mind you, that's still coal that I want, so even though I talked about how much I don't want to do this, I will develop this up. Shouldn't do much more than necessary, but cannot resist. Hell, every bit of development I put into this is development that goes towards the Enlightenment anyway. But it's only 7.1 of my development. That is just painful. Still, whilst the going is cheap, I might as well chuck all the dev that I can onto it. 7.1%, now it's 7.4%. It's gotta spread to other places. Rumden is actually a good one. It's very expensive to do it here. However, it's probably worth my time. because that brings it ever closer to being done. I need to switch out my leaders for a bit, because I'm hurting on the Republican tradition. This guy's old. But yeah, getting Rumden up should be enough to tip the balance, but it needs to be developed a bit more. Oh, strict from the very start is nice. Look at that. +8. 2 more should get this. So in a few months I may just have enough to get Enlightenment. Chester's tax goes up as well. Lovely. I also have another merchant that I've been putting to use. Ugh, the Mamluks taking all my sweet money. I deserve that money, not them. Where do I even control that is worth trading in? I suppose I have a decent chunk of Naxos. Not Naxos. Zanzibar. I have 100% of Naxos, of course. So let's grab what we can there. And maybe I should slam dunk onto Kilwa's capital. But I don't think Hormuz are going to peace out anytime soon, even if we get that. I just got here, so sorry if you've already talked about it, but what's your overall experience with Dev Clash? Anything in particular stand out? Do you mean the Polish LAN event, or do you mean the several Dev Clashes that I have been commentator for over the years? The question is vague. The potential answers are many. Kilwa loves threatening me with that navy of his. Klimpy. Hunt enemy fleets in the Western Indian Ocean, please. Do your best. Polish LAN. Oh, the Polish LAN was amazing. Swiss were MVP. It was an utter joy to watch them conduct warfare. I mean, I have other thoughts, but not that I can give while concentrating on this, I think. Very tempting to actually invest in ship cost reduction investments, because ship costs are my biggest cost, and they will always be my biggest cost in the game now. But this will stack to reduce the costs quite nicely, so I'm actually going to do it. Look at that. Costs me 154. Now it costs me 150. 4 ducats might not seem like a lot, especially since it was 1,000 to do so. But in 10, 100, in 250 months, that's paid for itself. And that's going by my current costs. So what's that, like 20 years? That's pretty good. I should get more of them. Like you. Boy, I could get even more. And then 8, down it goes again. It's not like I don't have the money, so it's high time actually indulged in some trade company investments. And I want the army tradition ones to be very good as well. I can be indulgent. Why the heck not? Who's gonna stop me? Any other? Oh yeah, this is a place. So just like that, my fleet maintenance has gone down quite a chunk. Cost me a lot up front, sure, but what you gonna do? Any other trade companies that I'm involved in? It would probably be useful to have the trade company. That doesn't help a lot. That doesn't help at all. Alright, well, Cape of Good Hope is a trade company region, but I'll never be there. So it's the Ivory Coast one that I've done. Zanzibar, Coromandel. Socotra is not part of one. I swear it used to be, but I swear lots of things. And there's Malacca, Molucca, you, and then there's now... Well, you know, I could get Canton if I took this, but I don't have this. No, you're in Canton. There's Hangzhou, but there are no islands in Hangzhou. Few subjects, Jake? What about subjects? I got these ones going. I got some charter companies going. Could promote investments, but trade power is not that valuable to me right now. What I'm thinking about are any of these that I'd quite like. Yearly armor tradition, amazing. I would very much like that. Trade steering, less so. Land force limit, less so. Admiralty is nice, but shipyard is more cost effective. The trade-off there is that shipyards use up building slots that I can't really be sparing too much of. There's tax and development cost, which is pretty dang good. I could stack development cost reduction in some of these places, but I won't. Yeah, I think actually getting some army tradition perma buffs would be quite nice, but I'd need a fair few of them. And like I said, I have more important matters at hand, such as getting enlightened and then getting the relevant furnaces up and running for it. There we go. Oh, yes! 10.4%, baby. It might cost 12,000 ducats, but I am slamming down that embracement of enlightenment. Cultural enrichment just got a lot cheaper. And somebody is a pretty uncontested top dog in great powers. And I've just slapped other people away from being possible rivals. Thanks for the commentating at land, says Speed Rules. My pleasure. I truly enjoyed it. Yes! Coal! Coal galore. Look at all the coal. Okay, goodbye, Ming. Don't care about you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there will be more. That means I must now build 6 furnaces. 1, 2, 3. Why can't I do it in Chester? Probably because you're doing this guy. Get away. Yeah, I'm quite certain I want to stop. Get out of there. And that's a 4. How long does it take to build a furnace again? Yeah, the full 5 years. 2 more places need furnaces. Those were you guys. Who else? Show me the furnace fun. No, really, where else changed to that? There were only 5. One notification wasn't coal. Well, these are some of them. Where was the other coal at? You could become coal when you get enlightenment. But I don't know where else the enlightenment spread to. Oh well. All in due time. Actually, I'm very bothered about that. Where was the other coal? It was somewhere that enlightenment was, but I didn't have a lot of... Here we go. Yeah, Japan. So, either I delete a building here, or I develop you up. And I'm not a fan of developing up when I can get rid of this fairly useless bastion. No one's ever going to arrive on Japan. And this is never going to be hurt in that respect. So farewell bastion. Great game, but away you go. Hello coal. Now coal does not... the furnace does not improve the province directly. It improves every province with plus 5% goods produced. So once that's all done, my production value will skyrocket and my spoils of war will go up. New Zealand, Jake? New Zealand did not have the Enlightenment. However, it will now grow there at a good rate. So whenever somewhere changes to coal, I will be there to build a building for it. And I would actually... I'll make a call between developing or deleting buildings for that. No edict for the end of the year. Whilst I'm stuck in this war I don't even want to be in. I feel like you're not actually managing to hunt these enemy fleets very well. Yeah, the enemy fleets are able to run away before you can get to them. That's why you need somebody like Klimpy on the case, because he's fast. Trade good events is one of the coolest parts of EU4 to me, although I wish there were more ways to manipulate them. I hear you there. Maybe I should just slam dunk on his capital, but I don't want to get involved, man. Got my own things to care about. Oh man, those furnaces, they'll be done soon enough. Hey, you caught them. In fact, you stole 14 transports, which I shall instantly liquidate. Same with those frigates. And you just raid your way along. So there we go. Pirates got caught out. But the heavies are there to seek and destroy. They would be. Come on, get over there. Not so hard about it. So EU3 and actually early EU4 had trade prices which could be manipulated, but well, it got changed before I was even around, sadly. Okay, I need to replace those privateer fleets that just got ravaged. Wait, were they changed when I was with Paradox? I think it was before that. Well, I won't claim to remember, but they did change. God, I'm getting pretty excited about getting these furnaces going. The sheer amount of production you get from coal mines is abusively high, and it's set to be all mine. Just like how all this is all mine. Ming still want to defend you, right? That's a shame, because I really want that land. Take over Mino Rico's titular province. The money cost is no big deal. God, it feels good to make mad, wicked mad dosh. Majapahit in Ban 10 wishes to rise up. Didn't we already have something like that happening? Also, where are my units that used to be stationed around here? I guess I moved them out. These folks, oddly enough, are not rising up. So I'll get you down to Ban 10. Plenty of supply limit. I don't care if the Mamluks hate me. I will not deny my my raiding ways. Agapios Gizi is met with a fate destined for most pirates, a brutal and untimely end. The crews have been called to assemble to elect a new Grand Admiral. He rules over a nation of thieves and murderers whose sole political desire is not to be ruled at all. It is a task comparable with herding sharks, yet some brave or foolhardy soul must fill the role, and it's still going to be admin for me, I think, because that's the tech that I'm needing. Then again, I want those frigates. Let's get ourselves a well-connected smuggler. He's only 44. I could easily re-elect him, but I'm pretty low on mill these days. Nice having those ship costs significantly reduced. Those investments were expensive, but worthwhile. Benevolent. It's not of any use to me. Speaking of not of any use to me, nobody needs a castle in Gotland. I only took you for the Enlightenment. I didn't need any extra range on these privateers, although it feels good stealing Russia's money. It often does. I need to take more away from English Channel. Jake, upgrade your advisors to level 4 or level 5. That makes sense. I mean, they don't cost me a lot of money. I could have this guy at level 5. 30 ducats is nothing. I mean, it really is nothing. Yeah, I'm getting real sick of these fleets killing my fleets. Huh? Widespread condemnation will hurt our relations with all other Christians. The clergy have long objected to our use of a heathen in high positions. Actually, I can't afford all other Christians hating me by 35, because that includes Russia. Or can I? I can. Barely, but I can. We do not bow to the demands of petty dilettantes. Okay. That might not look good, but he won't break alliance over just minus 16. And I'm sure that'll fade away. Oh my god, 1.1 yearly? That's tiny. That's rough, actually. Very rough. Relationship with Russia has seldom been so terrible. I almost want to subsidize him just so I can get him off my back. But it's only 15 relations, screw that. What I could instead do is scornfully insult one of his rivals like Ottomans. In Naxos, Ottoman is a word synonym with manure. Sounds good to me. What do you think of that? They love it. But it goes away pretty swiftly. Interesting, Brandenburg. Do they go Protestant or Reformed? They went Protestant. Northumberland's gone full coal, which means Northumberland is going full training fields, university, shipyard, workshop. I like all of these things, but training fields the least. Goodbye. And hello, furnace fun. Also, hello, age ability. They're all pretty good. But I live and die on the seas, so naval engagement is probably worth my time. I don't worry about coring distance at all, because I'm across the world. So, you know, let's get global naval engagement. No one will see it coming. Get the range in the North Sea. I have all the range I could possibly need. Oh, I should privateer White Sea just for a laugh. But I shouldn't use someone that's actually important. In fact, why do I have only 20 boats privateering the all-important English Channel? Well, Novgorod is worth abusive amounts of money, actually. Dang. Seville is worth good dosh, too. And I've had all these war galleons sitting here doing nothing for the longest of time. Let's get those upgraded, so I have some actual three-deckers to use in Europe when the need arises. Let's also raid some coastlines here just for another good laugh. Trading in coal, goods produced modifier plus 10%. Goodness gracious, this money. You do need 50% piracy in all coastal trade nodes. You've got 90 years left. I'm quite confident we'll be fine. I think I have range on every single trade node now. I could actually just do this by pumping out lights like there's no tomorrow. But what I absolutely need is to get the Great Frigate going. Some of these, I have committed some bad acts of border gore, however, I will admit to my sins there. And if I want this many boats, I'm probably going to need to build more shipyards, although my force limit's pretty freaking huge. And it could be even bigger with some correct investments. Well, let's grab the shipyards while we can. Looking good. Tea and sugar, finally. Tea price and sugar price go up. And normally trade good prices that you don't trade in or produce yourself is not good. However, for me it's pretty dang good. Because money can always be privateered for me. Those furnaces are coming along, and when they do, it feels odd to actually have goods produced making good amounts of money for me, but it's a pleasure. Good grief, could somebody please just kill these Kiowas? There's gonna be nothing left of these. They're just regular frigates though. I'd like to upgrade them, but again I need my proper frigates for this. I mean, coal itself is good, Jarek. It is very good. But it's the plus 5% goods produced everywhere that's the real difference. It's all about the furnace. Because goods produced is the most powerful economic modifier in the game. That is my hot take, but it's correct. France is going to attack Vinland in a war of aggression. Vinland do have land that should definitely be mine, but no. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the tech for those heavy frigates. No, great frigates rather. Upgrade all my frigates and go ham, so to speak. We finally have the economy to pull out the final operation that I'm looking to do in this. Actually, what I could also do is upgrade shipyards that I have into grand shipyards. It's expensive, sure, but money is something that we do have. They're stealing my precious boats here. I think the problem is you keep sailing around, right? Let's keep their fleet actually nailed down here. We got the coal. It's not a ton of coal here. Wait, what are you even building there? A shipyard? Shipyard, workshop, and training field. I like all these things, but let's just cancel that shipyard, shall we? And instead, it's furnace fun. Force limit is good, but in the end, it's still just money. +2 force limit, all that does is prevent particularly more costs when I'm over force limit. And that is hard countered by a furnace, which just gives so much more money. When I'm only talking about one province at least, I have many shipyards. In fact, let's get an idea of how many shipyards I have. If it's blue, it has a shipyard. That's a lot of provinces around there. That's a lot of shipyards. Ship durability, you say? That's my favorite kind of durability. Wait, what? I know where Gurukaba is. Huh, they got jealous of the coal and decided we can do shipbuilding instead. It's not bad, a bunch of 3-deckers for free. Off you trot, join these guys, which are all 3-deckers. And these guys are just useless, I'm just gonna Vaska, Scotland and Wales. What are all the ideas you took, says the real hobo wizard. Maritime, naval, exploration, expansion, quality, and economic. That feels good getting tech at long last. Oh, this is another one. Production efficiency. That goes well with goods produced, but goods produced is still stronger. So here's an idea. It doesn't cost a lot for me to just get the extra building slot, so I will just get the extra building slot and shove that furnace there. Wild Goose is a good general, but now they're dead. And let's continue converting the heathens of Japan. Wait, didn't I say I wanted to do Okinawa? I did, didn't I? Let's get it done. They've risen up for their final time. He says, oh, it's the Norwegians that want to rise up. What a joke. I still would like the guy that reduces unrest, because that's not something that I can pay away. And none of these guys are that guy. Come on, I'm meant to be well advised here. Put a colonist on your capital for the age objective. Dang, I forgot that I have my colonist there. It requires 50 development on my capital, and I already have one working there. So I guess the only other place I'd like to have him on is... Gee, well, he does a bang-up job on these crummy provinces, but let's not do Wales. Let's do a crummy English province. I mean, Somerset and Dorset are both quite nice. Presumably. But I can't say no to the hard-working people of the north. We got the unrest reduction? Of course we don't. There we go, unrest guy, thank you, and I will pay you boon dollar to keep my country in one piece, because I have boon dollar. Russia's taken something out of Claymon. Where? Oh, you're a nasty piece of work, Russia. I'm probably going to get an event that makes us break up. Where is even Karguet? Doesn't tell me anything. Oh, it ain't my... I don't think I have anybody free in the in there, so I'm not even going to bother. Just lose the prestige, it's no big deal. Tokachi, I forgot all about you, but yes, we have coal up in Ainu. That church is definitely not worth anybody's time, but a furnace definitely is. The first of our furnaces are almost done. Really? Just the two of them? More raids of treasure fleets. Supposedly bringing me inflation, but inflation's on the way down. By quite a bit. Minus 0.14. Lovely. We barely rely on gold, although gold income's always nice. It is dwarfed by spoils of war and, of course, the mountain of coal that we have. So big thing I was doing here was keeping my innovativeness above 20 so that they'd automatically switch to coal. Otherwise you need 20 development, and that's quite an investment that I'd rather not go through. Ever thought about making more countrywide events instead of province-specific events? I rarely care about minus 10% taxes on Backwater City. Yes, definitely, but there are so many events that would be a biblical amount of work to do. I do agree with it, but I'm also leaving and don't really have a mandate to make such a change now. Nice. We have unlocked the greatest light ship in the game, so the obvious thing to do is to make a ton of them. I'm thinking, yeah, 20 of them per province. This is called 20 lights. Save it. And it'll take years to have them done. That's okay. Maybe that is a bit too intense, right? They'll never be done in time. But there's also no need for us to be neat and tidy with this. I appear to be running out of money. Wish I could smack somebody for some heavy cash right about now. Well, I did build manufactories, and I could do with that extra money right now. But I think we'll hit this once we actually have the furnaces built, because that will drastically increase the amount of ducats that this generates. Just take a loan, Jake. I could take loans and just be good for the rest of the game. I could get 50,000 ducats out of this and build my manufactories and just pay it back, no problem. But I play without loans because it's very important to me in EU4 to build nations that are fiscally reliable. So yes, I know it would be better for my nation to take loans. It's a very good way, right? Take out loans, advance your economy, pay them back later. It's a very good thing to do, but I don't do it. You getting fired or something? I know it's personal, but I feel like I got made with watching you from streamer to dev. Well, that's cute coin toss, but oh, nice. We've got rid of Marahen, and we don't need Diplo so much anymore. What do we need? Yeah, mill is kind of important, but so's admin. No, I didn't get fired. I put in my notice last month, and I will be leaving Paradox by the end of the year in order to go full-time on the streaming. There's a link of me explaining my thoughts behind it, all while doing trucking, because trucking is an awesome way to just think things through calmly. Pharaohs want to rise up of all places. Why the Pharaohs? Why the pheromone? Last I watched, I saw free manpower and lots of money from Ming. Yeah, Ming's made of... Well, it's not manpower, it's sailors, but good enough for me. Maybe we won't hit 100,000 sailors this campaign, because we're actually very close to doing or completing the objective here. Still, bring on the great frigates. That's a lot of boat. That is so much boat. So I think we managed to get a couple of those furnaces, have we? Or are they still on their way? Yeah, one of them's actually done. Oh, it lets out a wee bit of smoke there. So the existence of this furnace gives goods produced plus 5% in all provinces, which is pretty swell, including gold provinces, including all these coal provinces. So we look at goods produced and we go trading coal plus 10%, Derby furnace another 5%. That's pretty awesome. And that's going to stack really heavily when we have a whole lot more furnaces. And we're building a whole lot more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more to come. Does that mean we have furnaces in all of our coal mines now? Any reason you're not building frigates all over Oceania? Britain is almost entirely full of shipyards. There are shipyards here as well, sure, but there's very inconsistent autonomy around here. Actually, does autonomy change the speed at which you build these? Probably not, right? Huh, well, what do I know? Britain's just an easy place for me to build them. That's the excuse I'll go with. Any more easy coal provinces to nick? I think I have every island coal province. Oh man, Barb and Falk was good and he's dead. Here are all the coal provinces. I have... Ooh, here's a thought. These two haven't turned to coal yet. Reason being that the Enlightenment doesn't spread so quickly. I'd have to develop it. Because they're in trade company regions, that slows down the... slows that down. It's actually worth me pulling you from the trade company region. Goods produced minus that for 5 years, that is worth it. Enable, da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, fine. 100% fine. As long as it gets me that coal faster. That's the wrong one to look for. This is what I want. Where else is the coal? Because those are two of them. Aha, yes, how could I forget? Diamonds are no longer forever since the diamond market crashed. That's what I'd love a bit more in EU, actual markets and crashing and all that, but it's not the right game for it. Just because I want it doesn't mean it would be the best for the game. Sad, but true. I'd love all this coal, but that stuff is not an island. Okay, that will free up 3 more coal mines for me, quite soon in fact. Yeah, I forgot that it just doesn't spread so fast. So about that force limit of mine. We're building boats that are going to take us way over it, but that is fine by me. Oh my, Transoxania just gave us a huge fat stack of dosh. That was very nice of them. Let's just build tons and freaking tons of boats. It's what everybody would want. That's what I want. Now let's finish off the Isles. I don't like the Isles being this nasty case of reformed. Jake, save money. Upgrade the frigates. It's more cost effective for me to build more frigates right now, although upgrading them will have them ready sooner. Like these guys, these frigates. Let's have them put back, upgraded. Costs the same amount as just building new ones. No, the only difference is I actually get the sailors back and it turns them there. It'd be nice if there was something that gave you a discount on upgrading. But great, get that done and get back to privateering in Zanzibar. I do not do a good enough job in privateering Zanzibar. Not at all. Heavy frigates, so they're not too out of date. These are just regular old frigates though. Thanks to the sailors, I need them for all the ships I'm building, the many ships I'm building. But since you're here, why don't you just head down to the Andamans, get yourself upgraded. Ugh, they're calling me filth, the Moroccans. They're real filth around here. And once you're done with that, get back to privateering Bengal. Be a slight hit in the old dosh, but we'll deal with it. Don't suppose you can automate the raiding process before you leave, Jake? I would love to. Can't guarantee it, but I can guarantee that I'd love to. Oh my, there's early frigates here. That's the horrible thing. Trade power of 3, whereas my beloved, awesome, not archipelago, great frigates have trade power of 5. So yeah, these guys definitely need to be upgraded. Let's bring them back here. This will cut into my money quite a bit for a wee while, but that's okay. So, ups a daisy. Big cost here, 1,500. But now they're all pretty great, and now they can privateer Beijing and feel pretty good about it once they repair themselves. Tolerance to heretics, that's fine. Very fine, in fact. Can't even do this because I got too much stability. I'd like to invest a bit more in becoming the next papal controller. I haven't had it yet. It's my turn. Okay, we built yet more of the furnaces. And boy would I like this proto-industrialization. Let's take it. I want that money up front so I can build yet more boats. And here's the separatism. Should have thought about that some time ago, shouldn't I? Still, I will take it. It means we've completed one of our mission trees. I'll never get trustworthy allies because nobody trusts me. Yeah, no. Our friend died again, so give me that admin. Nice. We got the coal. And that means it's time for this, and I can't add you back to the trade company for a wee bit, but I will. The Papal States even alive? They are not. And yes, allying landlocked countries has been the key to me actually having allies, but it's still pretty ropey. My allies have 8 opinion, 27 opinion, and 144 opinion with me. Hormuz are just lucky I haven't raided them to death. I wonder if I can actually privateer Basra without taking Hormuz or Awal. I may need one of them to actually reach Basra. I should check that because it's quite risky to miss that. Can you privateer Basra? No, okay, I will have to go to war with Hormuz to win this. That's interesting. Very interesting, in fact. Alright, hooray, we did it. Hormuz will see to Kilwa. Mizimina. Oh, Hormuz lost the war. That's a joke. Maybe I should break up with Hormuz, knowing that I need to take land from them. Farewell, my friend. By the way, Ottomans, please don't attack me. Not when I have a great friendship of, well, that's a shame. Transoxiana is also an ally, don't forget them. 62, huh? I guess I could have better relations with them, but my diplomats are fairly spoken for right now. There's nothing left to claim on Pasai, so I'll pull you back. Essex, lovely. These British Isles will be completely together real soon. These are individual navies, right? No, they automatically group together. Alright, there's no need for our navies to be neat, so let's just grab a bunch of them and throw them over here. Just grab what's done, chuck them together, and then get privateering. Especially in the English Channel, where that's a pathetic amount of privateering. There's so much more that could be done. So you folks, what was I needing privateered? Well, English Channel, obviously, and then there's you folks. Where is not privateered enough? I actually don't privateer the Baltic Sea at all. So let's change that. It's not a lot of money there. There's barely any money there, but we'll do it anyway. There we go. Oh, the English Channel looks a whole lot better, and so does my Spoils of War. God, that production is so good. All those furnaces, all that production money. This is where it's at. Okay, maybe that's overkill, but there's no kill like overkill. Ottoman, Ming, and who else do we hate? Delhi have been on my case way too much, but Brandenburg are the ones that openly hate me, so I'll point the finger at them. Jake, do you actually have enough sailors, or will this massive raiding fleet drain them again? I actually gain sailors each month for now. That might not last forever. But if it gets really bad, I can actually build shipyards everywhere. Not shipyards, but whatever increases that. Let's get you folks together. Except there's somebody I selected. Yeah, you. Let's get you over here. Not you. You guys chill out there instead. Just get them all together. Always privateering to be done. There's always exploit development, yeah, but that's unsustainable. Very unhealthy as well for the country. I need that dip. Production development's so good for making the dosh. I don't make the trade money off of it, but I sure as sugar get that privateering dosh off of it. And it's nice because the privateering money more than pays for the fleet maintenance. In fact, I think it pays for almost everything. That feels pretty good. Is there something that shows all the discount I get on making ships, though? No, but it tells me the base, and that's good enough. Building all the trade company investments to reduce ship costs already feels like a good idea. Now, where is there left to go? There's Siam. I feel like this would be overkill for Siam. Let's just try a little bit. And the rest... How's Malacca looking? That's only barely halfway done. How about Bengal or Burma? No, Burma is inland, so that's out of the question. Bengal, however, needs an extra helping hand. It needs roughly 50 ships on every one of them, which is kind of sad. But I have another plan that will help me out greatly with achieving this goal. But I need Hormuz dead first. In fact, fortunately, War Against the World will help, and since the Mamluks will be involved, I should be able to peel a lot of Mamluk colonies off of them too. Jake, there's a modifier list in the government screen. Yes, how often I forget that. S for ship cost. Minus 24%. Ship's penny and all of those investments. So that's shaving a quarter off of my fleet. Maintenance and the cost of building them. Great. Just keep on privateering everything. from the Spanish Furion. It's a good day to be us. White Sea has barely any power in it. Let's just take care of that now. I need to maintain that alliance with Russia, however. I can't have them turn on me. And they really, really, really don't like me. I should probably have not given them the heathen tendencies modifier. But at least I haven't raided their coast in forever. Maybe I really should subsidize them. 20 ducats a month. That's obscene amounts just for 15. Just for 15. How much sort of gift do I have to send them to keep them happy as well? That lasts 5 years at least, but it's rough. Trying to think of any other way to improve relations with an ally. Can't marry. Well, enemy of enemy might not last forever. Nah, surely will. Ottomans and Ming. This is now top priority. Ka-ching for the admin. Which allows me to get this autonomy reduction. Very welcome. I wanted that so long ago. Because we spent almost every waking hour at war, we weren't able to really do much about our autonomy. And that hurt. That hurt a lot. Okay guys, privateer in the White Sea, please. They shouldn't take any attrition, because it's all in friendly enough lands. And hopefully, that's all it'll take to get the majority here. Because there are so few provinces in the White Sea, there's only one even harbour. So I'm hopeful about this. They just need to get there, of course. Subsidize them with an amount that we give them plus 15, then change the subsidies. Do you actually change that? Let's look into that a bit. Because I thought you had to stop subsidies before you can change the amount. Let's try this. Yeah, because I'd have to cancel the subsidies, which would kill it dead, rather than simply change the amount. Bit of a limitation, frankly. Cebu is now coal. Hello inflation, that's fine, we can pay that off. And I don't care about regimental camp. I care about furnace fun. Yeah, so I'll just cancel those subsidies as soon as I can. What a shame. But my relations with them should improve by about 40 to 50 soon, so I should have a safe net with them. It'll take a couple of decades, but we'll get there. What do we have? White coat and good cavalry. Offensive shock, followed by offensive morale, please. Offensive fire is most important, followed by offensive morale. Yep. Good. Will you do more campaigns after this, or is this the last one for a long time? I will do another campaign very shortly after this. Extremely shortly, even. Missing our recruitment target. The rapid expansion of our ports and docks has led to more men leaving the farms and finding work on ships for trading companies. It's getting harder to find men that we can count on to march to war. May the sea consume them. Goodbye, manpower. But hey, manpower is looking good for once, so I don't have big problems there. Also, where's the cold? Nice. Very nice. Surely a counting house will make me boondollar in these coal provinces. It absolutely will. Next campaign could be Prome, it could be the Soviet bloc as Montenegro, or it could be another wild card campaign. I'll put a vote to Patreon this week, and we'll do whatever gets rolled there. There's no wasted votes on that. If there's one vote for something and 5 votes for another, then that just means one gets 1 part on the wheel and the other gets 5. We put it down to the wheel to see what really happens. I'm wasting money just by having boats sitting around here not doing some delicious privateering for me. I'll have you guys join in as well. Where's good to privateer these days? Have I done everything inside here? No, I haven't done Tunis. Nor have I done Aleppo. Give me Aleppo. And we'll have these fine folk do Tunis. I feel like I'm not making enough ships. Just a funny feeling I have. Feels good. Making loads of ships. I've never really used settlement growth much, but I really like it. It's a way you can actually turn gold into development. Alright, what did I say I was missing? Tunis, right? Again, 50 is probably overkill here, but what am I meant to do? Oh no, Burgundy! Burgundy's getting Italy'd. That's not good for anyone's health. Oh yeah, wait, see how you're looking? Oh, well that is domination. I only sent a few ships there. I only sent 18 ships. And that's getting me 83% share. The largest trade power share here is pirates, making privateers 90% more efficient. That is so hilariously self-feeding. Quite certain that's a bug as well. Will it be fixed? I don't know. I'll be sure to leave first. I want the Wheel of Misfortune again, says Zero. I love the wheel. I just love leaving things to chance in general. Crimea has not been seen to either. Bring it all together. Actually, that's rather a lot of navies. I should send these somewhere that a very large amount of ships would do good damage to. Do you know when your last day is yet? I'm keeping that close to the chest. Alright, where? Canton needs it. Japan kinda needs it. Oh my, you certainly need it. A lot of that's spilling out. Now it spills out into Beijing, where I make Boon Dollar, but I should still grab what I can. Let's see, 300 ducats to do this. That's not a lot. Well, relatively speaking, it's not a lot. The price is actually going up to do this because I have so many ships. My force limit can't handle this. I feel like Lucky's boomer brain. There we go. That's so many ships. Curious, Jake, did you learn any Swedish? No, I did not. I don't learn useless languages. God, that production. Yeah, with all these furnaces, production's rapidly catching up with spoils of war. And if I built more production buildings, I'm quite certain it would give it a run for its money. Jinx, some of these are worth crazy Boon Dollar. Like a ducat a month? That would pay itself off in 20, 30 years. But I won't do that. Is Jake's income higher than his dev at this point? No, income's only 717. Dev at this point is 2880. It's almost time to start thinking about keeping my guy here. He's a scholar and that's great, so we'll keep you based on that. Yoink. Okay, I'm actually going to call it there for the evening, because I've been going for 5 hours and I only intended to do about 3, and I've got work in the morning. So, We are fast approaching the end game here. We're just building up loads of ships with our near limitless amounts of money, and the ships only further feed into the money by getting us more spoils of war. There's going to reach a point where the ships start costing me money, but our balance is so fat that it shouldn't be a problem, and we have a good enough core economy to deal with it all. Oh no, spoils of war do cover... No, not all expenses. But that's not all. There's another hidden objective to this campaign, and we're very close to realizing that as well. But in order to realize it, there's a few things left that need to be done. One, in particular, is to grab Hormuz from Hormuz. Awal is fine too. Canton is tempting, but not vital. Yeah, we'll make it happen. But we'll make it happen in the next episode of Pirate Naxos. So from me, for now, until our next stream, it's a cheers and a cheerio.